deliberate. It carries meaning, even when no words are spoken. When someone steps away, when contact ends, their quiet speaks volumes. You don't need explanations. You don't need permission. You simply observe the space they've created and the respect they demand by taking it. People notice what they cannot control. When you stop answering, when you stop chasing, when you stop explaining yourself, the illusion of influence fades. Suddenly, the other person sees the value they took for granted. Not in words, not in excuses, but in reality, in your calm, consistent absence. Curiosity surfaces, questions appear. Why did they leave? What changed? Could it have been different? The mind searches for answers endlessly. Silence gives none, and that is the point. This is not punishment, it is dignity. Choosing peace over chaos sends a message without effort. You don't need to justify your presence. You don't need to defend your absence. Your boundaries communicate more than any words could. As new connections form around you, comparison happens naturally. Patience is measured. Emotional consistency becomes visible. What was overlooked is now impossible to ignore. People begin to understand, without you speaking, what it means to care, to be present, to offer value without taking away from yourself. Distance brings clarity. Your absence is deliberate, not reactive, not impulsive, not emotional. It is the result of choosing yourself over noise, choosing growth over conflict, choosing peace over resentment. You are no longer entangled in the chaos of needing approval or seeking validation. You stand quiet, and it speaks louder than any argument ever could. Walking away calmly sets a standard, not a standard to meet, not a test to pass. It is a memory, a quiet imprint. It reminds others of what they once had and what they no longer control. It reminds you of what you value, and that memory lasts longer than words. Boundaries speak louder than explanations. Silence communicates truth more effectively than pleading or reasoning. Your heart is no longer available where it is not held with care. Your energy is no longer invested where it is ignored. The calm you cultivate is felt even when you are not physically present. Absence is not emptiness. It is growth. It is self-respect. It is quiet power. It is the space where your mind can breathe, where your heart can rest, where clarity can settle. Let me remind you, healing does not announce itself. It doesn't need permission to exist. It doesn't need to convince anyone else. It simply happens quietly, slowly, deliberately, and it is stronger for the silence that surrounds it. Every pause, every space you create teaches something. It teaches restraint. It teaches value. It teaches presence through absence. People may not immediately understand it. They may resist it. They may try to fill it with words, questions, or frustration. That's normal. That is human. You are not responsible for their confusion. When someone chooses distance, when they leave space between you, it is a reflection of their own choices, not your worth. Their silence is their decision, not a puzzle for you to solve, not a problem to fix, not a test to pass. You are not diminished by their absence. You are not less because someone else cannot handle your calm, your boundaries, your clarity. You are defined by your consistency, by your dignity, by your ability to protect yourself while moving through the world quietly. Absence allows the mind to breathe, the heart to heal, the energy to reset. It allows you to observe patterns, recognize value, and make choices that honor who you are, rather than what others demand. Walking away with dignity is not retreat. It is strategy. It is maturity. It is the quiet assertion that your presence is not negotiable. Boundaries do not need to be loud to be effective. They do not require explanation. They do not seek revenge. They simply exist, and that existence is felt more strongly than words ever could. Absence is not loss. It is evolution. It is the space where growth happens without permission. It is the arena where self-respect is practiced and reinforced. Silence does not erase you. It defines you. It strengthens you. It allows you to stand apart, anchored, unshaken, unbothered by noise that cannot affect your center. Every time you choose peace over reaction, clarity over chaos, and dignity over desperation, you are building a life that no one can destabilize. No one can reach without invitation. No one can diminish without consent. Remember this. Your presence matters. Your absence matters just as much. And the way you navigate silence, the way you hold yourself in quiet, is the ultimate signal to the world about your value, your strength, and your growth. Silence is not empty. It is presence. It is power. It is clarity. It defines you.